This is it. We are one day away from the draft, and these are going to be my final predictions for this draft. And I've talked myself into so many different things happening for this draft that this mock draft that you're about to see could be completely insane. Just bear with me. We're going to go through it. This is my official and last mock draft of mock draft season because the draft is tomorrow. It is going to be amazing, amazing NFL draft, to tell you that. Do me a favor, guys. Hit the like button down below. That would be really appreciated. And also hit the subscribe button for some more amazing NFL and college football content. Let's get into it. First pick. I don't need any convincing that it won't be Trevor Lawrence. So I'm going, the first two picks are easy. Trevor Lawrence, and then you know it's going to be, what's his name, Zach Wilson going at 2. There we go. This is the pick where I honestly am talking myself out. Like, I just sit and think of the most insane scenarios that could happen in this draft. And Kyle Pitts going at 3. Honestly, Shanahan trading up just to absolutely stack at the tight end position. That would throw this draft into a frenzy and just blow everything up, and there would be some massive trades after that. I want to talk myself into it. That is going to happen. I want to manifest it, but I know that this pick is going to be Mac Jones. Like, Shanahan has already made it very, very clear that Mac Jones is the guy that he wants in that system in the 49ers, but I love that pick to be Kyle Pitts. Now, you got to take all of this mock draft that I'm about to do in consideration, especially the first 10 picks, because there's going to be a trade in these first 10 picks, and I can't make a trade in this mock draft system, so just bear with me. There's going to be a trade. It will look a bit different, but for the most part, most of the teams will stay put. I think if the Falcons stay put at number 4, you got to take the second best player in the draft, Kyle Pitts, no questions asked. I don't think they take a QB. I don't think they're ready to take a QB yet. Wait a year. They're not going to be that good next year. Go get your quarterback then when you could get one of the guys that you really, really want, because you're going to get Spencer Rattler, you're going to get Sam Howell or whoever it is, JT Daniels, Matt Corral, whoever it is you want next up there. The Bengals, so many people have said Jamar Chase, and I'm starting to lean towards Jamar Chase, but I'm still going with the pick that I've had since the beginning of mock draft season. Penny Sewell, they got to protect Joe Burrow. Yes, I know Joe Burrow, and have Jamar Chase back with him would be amazing, but they got to protect the quarterback. Jamar Chase isn't a question here at going Jamar Chase. The Lions, I think it's just the discussion and everything around DeVonta Smith being too small and everything. And I think it's just people stirring up conversation and wanting to cause a scene that has led to so many people saying Waddle will go before DeVonta. I don't see how the Lions could pass DeVonta up, even though in all my last mock drafts, I've had Jalen Waddle going to that spot at the Lions. I think it's got to be DeVonta Smith. It's just people wanting to stir things up and try to create something out of nothing and say that DeVonta Smith's not good enough for the NFL, which is ludicrous, absolutely ludicrous. I got the team that I'm wearing on my jersey here. We got the Carolina Panthers, who I am a fan of. I think Tepper is a really aggressive owner in the fact that he wants to take his guy in this draft and he wants to take the best player on the board. And honestly, I feel like even though the Panthers just got Sam Darnold, I feel like the Panthers really, really like Justin Fields. And even though they could go out and they could grab a Rashawn Slater here, you could go out and you could grab Patrick Surtain or J.C. Horn, whoever you want there to build on that defense. Or you could even grab Jalen Waddle, which he's the next guy that I'm leaning towards this Panthers spot, because just get Sam Darnold more help. But I think that they're going to go Justin Fields. I think that something's going to happen. There's going to be a trade. Again, this is why I can't do what I actually want to do, because I think someone's going to trade up with the Lions or something like that. So then Trey Lance will go to the Pats or the Bears or the football team or whoever trades up to that 7 spot. And then Fields will drop down to 8, and that's when the Panthers take him. So the Broncos, in this case, I'm just going to go Trey Lance. I feel like he's going to drop to them, especially, again, there's no trades or anything. I think Trey Lance will go 4th overall, but I can't trade. Just leave it as what it is. Cowboys at number 10, Patrick Surtain would be the popular bet here. Of course, I'm a South Carolina Gamecocks fan, and I want to take J.C. Horn because I think he's the best cornerback in the draft, but I honestly think they're just going to go Patrick Surtain, build on your... No, not Micah Parsons at 11. Let's take that back. I think that they're just going to go with that. Actually, that's not a bad pick. Now that I think about it, I wasn't really thinking about the Giants when I made that pick, but Micah Parsons going to the Giants at number 11. There is multiple prop bets of will a defensive player be taken in the top 10, and obviously I have Surtain going at 10, but let's go back-to-back defensive players. Let's go Micah Parsons to the Giants, and then the Eagles make an easy choice at number 12 with Jalen Waddle dropping back. A lot of people have switched DEVONTA and Jalen Waddle with DEVONTA going back at 12 to the Eagles, and then Jalen Waddle going to the Lions at 7. I think it's going to be the opposite. I don't see how you could pass up on him. Chargers, they're going to take an O-lineman. Now it's between Slater and it's between Darrisaw. I think the Chargers like Darrisaw more, so I'm going to go Christian Darrisaw. I've seen Rashawn Slater drop in a ton of mock drafts recently, so I'm going to go him there. And then the Lions at number 14, I think that they take Slater. I just think that's an easy choice there. Now, what do the Patriots do without being able to take a quarterback? Because all the quarterbacks are on the board. Do they go and they reach for Kyle Trask or Davis Mills or whoever? I think that they're insane to do that. I don't think that they're going to do that. But taking a wide receiver at this point, again, this is why I'd love to be able to trade, because I would have the Patriots obviously trading back because that's what they do in every single draft. I'm going to go J.C. Horn out of South Carolina. They need a cornerback. I don't know what's happening with Gilmore. I've heard that he could be possible trade bait in this draft for the Patriots to move up. But if he doesn't get traded, having two South Carolina cornerbacks in Stephon Gilmore and J.C. Horn in New England would be absolutely dangerous. Very interesting to watch there. The Cardinals at 16. You look at cornerbacks, you look at Newsome or you look at Farley. It's a bit of a reach right now for them. But again, there's no wide receivers that I'm willing to reach for right now. They could go running back with Najee Harris. It's a very interesting debate, but I think that they're going to go Caleb Farley here. Where is he? Caleb Farley out of Virginia Tech. Take your cornerback. There's some big wide receivers out in the NFC West. Just make sure you're able to cover them or else you're going to be in trouble. Raiders at number 17. I'm going to go a linebacker here, and I'm going to go... who's on the board? I know it's between Xavier Collins. I've seen a lot where Jamin Davis jumps up. He will be the first linebacker taken off the board. I've seen a ton of mock drafts like that. I love Nick Bolton as well, but I'm going Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah out of Notre Dame. Next up, the Dolphins. Easy pick for me. They're going Najee Harris. No questions asked. You got your wide receiver in Jamar Chase. Now you're going to get your running back in Najee Harris. And bada bing, bada boom. The Dolphins are in business. Let's go Washington football team. Is this where they go up and they get their linebacker, or do they just go offensive lineman? Because we still got tons of good offensive linemen on the board. I think that you got to go linebacker. I'm going to go Jamin Davis out of Kentucky. One of the best players that Kentucky has produced in the last couple of years. Obviously, you have Josh Allen up there. You have guys like Benny Snell. You have, what was his name last year that got drafted by the Raiders but then traded, Lynn Bowden. I actually really liked him, but I think Jamin Davis is definitely one of the better of those guys, so he's going to go out at number 19 to the Washington football team. Chicago Bears, my Chicago Bears. I honestly believe that Ryan Pace is going to reach for Kyle Trask or Mills or Kellen Mond at this point. I just know I've told myself that the most insane thing is going to happen tomorrow as a Bears fan, and I'm just going to have to accept it. I know I'm wearing a Panthers jersey. I'm a Panthers fan, but the Bears are my favorite team. It's confusing. Love too many sports teams. Let's move on with it. Offensive tackle, I'm going, Tevin Jenkins out of Oklahoma State. Easy there. Just get your offensive lineman. Protect a quarterback before you bring him in. Of course, you brought in Andy Dalton, and we're going to the Super Bowl this year, but blah, 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 blah. Colts. What do the Colts want to do here? I constantly keep picking the Colts with the wide receiver because I think that's the right thing to do in this scenario. But is there any offensive linemen that I think are worth taking right now? No. Is there any defensive linemen? I think Barmore drops a bit later. Cornerbacks, you know what? Let's go with Newsome. We'll go with Newsome to the Colts at 21. I think that's a good pick for them. The Titans, I think that they're going to wide receiver. In this case, when you have all these guys left on the board, I really like KADARIUS TONEY. I think he's the guy that would match up perfectly across from A.J. Brown. Again, KADARIUS TONEY is more of a slot receiver, so you're going to have some serious speed with him out there. I really love KADARIUS TONEY. To the Titans at number 22. The Jets at 23. Do you go a wide receiver here? Do you get Zach Wilson, someone else? Do you protect him? Obviously, their number one need is a quarterback, but we've already filled that out. I'm going to go, I think that even though wide receiver is not a team need on here, I think they still need someone at the wide out. I'm going Terrace Marshall a guy that just goes up and gets everything. He's more of a pass catcher than a guy who will really beat you with his feet. I say that a lot in all my videos, but it is. Terrace Marshall is an amazing pass catcher, and I think a guy that Zach Wilson just needs some kind of reliable target in his first year. 24, the Steelers, I still got them taking Travis Etienne. They're going to take a running back 110%. I don't see how they don't. Jacksonville Jaguars at number 25. I think they add to the O-line, or do they go wide receiver? See, there's so many different scenarios that could play out here. I think you just got to go. You just spent so much trying to get, you have so much riding on Trevor Lawrence going to Jacksonville. It's just insane if you don't protect him. So I'm going Elijah Vera Tucker out of Jacksonville. Then the Browns at 26. The Browns at 26. And it's interesting now because the Ravens got another pick for trading Orlando Brown to the Chiefs. So they got 31 too, and then 27. I think the Browns just add on to the D-line, so I'm going to go Christian Barmore. I think I had him in my last mock draft too, the Browns. I think Christian Barmore is definitely the best defensive lineman, or one of them. Wait, do I still have Kwity Paye in this? Crap. But he's an edge rusher. I think the Browns just got their edge rusher in Jadeveon Clowney, but I think Christian Barmore is going to go there at 26. The Ravens, they need a linebacker, offensive lineman. I think they need a wide receiver 110% here. And when you still have one more pick and the wide receivers are at a premium in this draft, I think you go out and take your guy right now because it's either between Bateman or Elijah Moore, but I think that Lamar Jackson would love Elijah Moore on this team. Add him. He's a speedster. One of the best wide receivers in the SEC, just didn't get the attention because Ole Miss wasn't as high caliber as Alabama last season or a bunch of other of those teams. So I think Elijah Moore definitely goes to the Ravens at 27. Next up, we got the Saints. I have them take, this is the thing where the sixth quarterback comes into play with the Saints and the Buccaneers. Do they reach for one or no? You got the Saints at number 28. They need a cornerback. I don't think there are any cornerbacks on the board left. I've seen Eric Stokes go a lot in a bunch of mock drafts in the first round. I don't think he's worth taking at this point in the draft. D lineman, honestly, if you're looking for a D lineman and you still have Kwity Paye around, I know I have him dropping a ton. He's definitely a better player than where I have him going here. But Kwity Paye at number 28, I have him going there. The Packers are taking a wide receiver. I don't see how they don't. It's insane if they don't. They're going Rashad Bateman out of Minnesota, the best wide receiver left on the board. And after that, but there's still Rondale Moore. This is why these mock drafts kill me, because there's always some, do I double down on a wide receiver with the Ravens, or what do I do? What do I do, guys? What do I do? These mock drafts are insane. Azeez Ojulari going to Buffalo. I think that's an easy pick there. Ravens at number 31. Do I double down on the wide receiver and go Rondale Moore and Elijah Moore in the same draft? Or do we go Zaven Collins out? I'm going to go Zaven Collins out. Oh, but Nick Bolton's still there. No, I'll go Zaven Collins out of Tulsa there. And here's my big pick, QB. They're going to go with Kyle Trask at number 32. What better than to have a guy come in and work under Tom Brady for his first 2 years of his career, and then your future will be set from there. You just want to get any young quarterback in now so we can learn from the greatest of all time, the 8-time Super Bowl champion in Tom Brady. Pick up Kyle Trask, let him work under Brady, develop him. He doesn't need to start right away. Kyle Trask isn't going to have any huge responsibilities on him as soon as he gets into Tampa Bay, and I'll get to learn from the greatest. So I think that is the smartest pick for the Buccaneers at 32. That is my official and last mock draft of mock season. Got to wait a whole nother year till mock season again. It's sad. I cannot wait for this weekend. This weekend is going to be amazing. Enjoy the draft, guys, but with that being said, that the mock season is over, that just means football, NFL, and college football is right around the corner. Just got to get through summer. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Like down below, comment down below, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and definitely come back next time.